which are present over here, shining stars of SSGMC, our respected principal, SSGMC staff, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. This is the most significant part of Alumni Meet 2017 is of interaction and action of SSGMC youngster. So we are opening this session with the presentation of Dr. Milind Pandey. Dr. Milind Pandey is brand ambassadors for Digital India, Government of India. He has recently awarded Dr. APJ Golden Medal, and is a big pillars of SSGMC, who is always interactive and who is always guiding us to achieve our goal. So I request Dr. Milind Pandey sir, please start the presentations.
A very good evening to one. Just respond to my questions. How many students are from second year? Great. How many students from third year? Wow, great. And how many from final year? Thank you. It's a mixed crowd, and that is what the expectation from the management of SSGMC. Digital India. How many people you heard of this word called Digital India? Almost everyone. You heard of IT plus IT equal to IT. One hand. It's very unusual, right? IT plus IT is equal to IT. Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, he gave this mantra. He meant to it IT, that is information technology, plus Indian talent is equal to India tomorrow. IT plus IT is equal to IT. Secondly, he gave us a second mantra. I was discussing in the morning, my colleagues, they are aware of it. He started Digital India, Stand Up India, Make in India, Design India. So many slogans he has given, but he gave one more and most important concept for every one of us is called Skilling India. And for skilling, he suggested the 3 A's are very, very important. Let me give you. Digital India is not a new concept for the Indians. Initially, it was thought by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Sahab, and he gave the word called Pura, P-U-R-A. It's a providing urban opportunities to rural area. He wrote one book called Targeted 3 Billion. And whatever the Digital India concept, there are 9 pillars in Digital India. Everything has given in this book called Targeted 3 Billion, wrote by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Sahab way back. And that is a polished structure called, or it's a packaging given to Pura and came out as a. So he mentioned 3S, Prime Minister. He said S plus S plus S is equal to Skilling India. First it is skill sets required. There are trillion of opportunities got generated with the launching of this concept called Digital India. He said 3S, the first S is skill. He came out with the sector skill council ka concept. There are 52 sector skill councils. There are telecom sector skill council, manufacturing skill council, then rubber, polymer, petroleum, everything, welding. So there are 52 sector skill council, and idea is that each and every company in that particular sector, their CEOs, CTOs, they should come forward, they should form one group, they should design the syllabus. What is the requirement of that particular sector? And they came out with the syllabus called National Vocational Standards, NOS, National Occupational Standards. And then these national occupational standards, they gave it to each and every institution. So that skill should be imparted to every individual. So first S is skill, second is speed, and third is size. S plus S plus S. Scale is, it should not be only SSGMC, it should not be only 300 students, it has to be in multiple, 3,000, 30,000, 3 lakhs. And speed means the value addition courses, which is most important. The nurturing of the talent. The courses size or courses hours should be of 60 hours, 80 hours, 120, 180, 240. In that hours, that is the speed, size, and the skill. So my friends, I will be giving you the brief idea about what is the digital India and how is the unlimited job opportunities got generated in each and every sector, may it be mechanical, electrical, electronics, computer, IT. And then it's a very, very important panel discussion for second year and third year students so that you can take up those skills in your regular curriculum. We have a galaxy of the participants, the galaxy of the industrialists. They came almost, if I add the addition of the experience, so here today all the galaxy speakers, they are coming with the 100 years of experience on a single platform at a single go. Maybe if I am ready with my presentation, I will appeal. Can you just check it? Give me 1 minute. The team is very soon will be ready with the presentation. It's a hardly a 10-minute presentation, and then we'll invite the speakers, the participants, the panelists onto the dais, and we'll start discussion. It will be mostly the interactive one. I want you to come up with the good questions. Give me a minute. Please start with the presentation. Lights off, please. So this is a digital India unlocking the million plus job market potential. Next slide, please. This is what Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam Sahab said. He used to say the 3 types of connectivities are required for upliftment of the Indian population. First, he said the physical connectivity, second is knowledge connectivity, and third is electronic connectivity. Nowadays, we are used to connect electronically. Maybe a social networking hai, Twitter, even nowadays the education getting imparted onto the MOOCs. I hope you understood this word called MOOCs, MOOCs. So the new concept came in into the Indian education system. The long form of MOOCs is massive online open courses, and this is the future of Indian education. So many types of classroom types came into the picture: blended education, open education, online education, boundaryless education. So it's all talking about the knowledge connectivity. The government of India under this Digital India program came out with the concept called National Knowledge Network. Till the date, 840 universities of this India got connected. If somebody is delivering at IIT Kanpur, you very well received that professor, his lecture right here. So that is the connectivity. The government came up with a concept called NOFN, that is National Optic Fiber Network. So many things. Next. This is what the Digital India. I mentioned this to you. Next. Next. This is what the advantage India. Today's the focus of discussion is the number of job opportunities into the sector called mechanical, electrical, electronics, IT, and computer, and civil. Perhaps we have a civil branch here. Electronics and power. So where do we stand for? It's a, if you ask me, previous one, the expanding skilled workforce. 25% of the world's skilled workforce will be available in India in 2025. The well-engineered growth story, it's the first in engineering, R&D and design outsourcing industry. And the most important is the rural growth stories. Is total rural income is presently at 572 US dollars billion and estimated to reach by 2021 to 1.8 trillion. So a lot of opportunities through this digital India will be available into the rural sector. Next. This is what the landmark initiative, the Make in India, the smart cities, the IoT, the Internet of Things, the Internet of Everything. So new concept came in. IoT, we heard of it. Internet of Everything, the people started talking about this. The Swachh Bharat, the construction, railways, FDI, Skill India, renewable energy, and Startup India. Till the date, more than 14 lakhs startups got registered under this Startup India scheme. So my appeal to you is that under this Digital India program, there is a 1.7 crore trained telecom and electronic jobs. The job creation will be 1.7 crore direct and indirect at least 8.5 crore. These are the job opportunities in telecom, IT, ITES, manufacturing, non-manufacturing. The people they started talking of a new mantra called NSMACS. NSMACS. The first N stands for networks. Second A stands for social networking. M stands for mobility. A stands for analytics, and C stands for cloud, and last A stands for sensors. This NSMACS mantra is applicable to the each and every sector of the world. Next. These are the 9 pillars, most important 9 pillars of Digital India, out of which the fifth pillar is called E-Kranti, and that pillar is most important. So this is a telecom sector review. A lot of jobs by 2020. Next. The TSSC, as I was mentioning, the government of India came up with the various sector skill council to train those engineering students into the respective domain. So domain knowledge is very, very important. So this is the Telecom Sector Skill Council. It is called TSSC. They came out with the 52 job roles. The job roles in handset manufacturing, the job role is in the service provider domain, the job into the telecom softwares, into the antennas, the towers. So there are 13 verticals in telecom domain, the mobile which we are using. There are 13 verticals. 13 verticals, and there are more than 45 lakhs of jobs available only in telecom sector. More than 50 lakhs in IT, ITES. Automation, engineering and automation, more than 1 crores of jobs getting available by 2020. Next. This is what the Economic Time has to say. Next. These are the opportunities in IT, ITES. I said the 3 million direct employment in IT and BPM sector in India. Indirect jobs, 10 million indirect jobs in IT, BPM sector in India. And these are those all opportunities in Maharashtra. So if I want to list it, it's a cloud-based services and solution, IT hardware, e-commerce, IT-based education and training, SMAC, which I was mentioning about the SMAC, developing e-governance, M-governance, urban and rural planning, world-class data, and animation, 3D gaming and digital entertainment. The gaming is next to be the biggest destination. Next. These are the employment in other sectors, including oil and gas, minerals, healthcare. The digital healthcare is a new buzzword coming in. We heard of the hospitals, very pathetic ratio as far as India is concerned. 1 as to 2,900, the patient as to doctor ratio. So the new concept came in called digital health. अब सब लोगों को मालूम होगा, the ECG can be taken on your mobile. Your blood pressure monitoring can happen. The government came out with the digital health card. The history of a patient for last 20 years will be available on the single stroke. It's a card which is plug and play. If you're carrying that card with you, and if you can plug in, or if the doctor can plug in, the entire information the doctor will get. And that card got connected with your Aadhaar card. So the digital healthcare is the biggest market in India now. So our pharmaceutical, tourism, power, chemicals, engineering, and auto. And this is what the India employment outlook. Last. Next. This is the India employment outlook. The increase in the jobs, the 31% of employer forecast an increase in staffing levels. This quarter is October to December 2016. It shows the impact of Digital India getting started. These are the region-wise net employment. The North is coming out to be the 38%. We people in Maharashtra, particularly in Vidarbha, we are very reluctant. हमें यहीं चाहिए, at the most Pune, Mumbai. But then Karnataka, the Bangalore is the next destination. Hyderabad, Chennai, Delhi, Gurgaon, North, the 38% job opportunities region-wise. And this is the sector-wise employment outlook: the finance, insurance, real estate, manufacturing, mining, education, services, transportation, and the retail. The services is at the highest in this employment outlook survey, which contributes the 39%, and this all requires the digital learning. And this is the graph of employability, and this is the expected salary range. By 2016, everyone wants the average package of 3.5 to 4. That is what the survey said. Next. This is the graph of internship, the percentage of domain-wise hiring. So how many undergraduates, and then it's all the skill required from the employers. The domain expertise that hits the major, that is 19% domain expertise and integrity and values. I don't know, आप कितने लोगों को दिख रहा है ये ग्राफ? Is it readable? No. Okay. And this is the state with the highest employable population. Next. So I will make it fast. It is not visible right now. Next, next, next. So this is the matchmaking supply and demand of talent. Sector-wise, the Maharashtra is dominating in software and IT, including Mumbai and Pune. Next. The telecom and allied, the Karnataka is dominating for the matchmaking supply and demand of talent. And that's all. So today's panel discussion will be revolving around the various job skills required by the employers, and are we ready with it? Particularly the second year and third year students. It's a great that you must thankful to the management, college, and principal that they have arranged this type of panel discussion. So maybe Dr. Trika will take it up forward.
Thank you, Dr. Milind. He has taken us to the job opportunity markets of India, where there's a huge opportunities are there. Only the question is of our skill sets and mapping with the requirements. So definitely we people, SHMC, are trying to get into the process and map our skill with the Indian requirements. Thank you very much. So I call here now the delegates on the dais. Mr. Harne sir, please come and occupy the chair. Give a big hand. The Harne sir. Harbhajan Singh sir, please come on the dais. Vinit Hingar sir. Ravi Kolle sir. Rahul Bonde sir. Raju Savarkar sir, please. Sandeep Sato sir. Sagolekar sir, please. Ashutosh Devskar sir, please. Hello friends, once again I welcome to this dynamic dais of HHGMC here. As I said, this is a very important session where we'll get 100 years of experience at one dais. So I taken an opportunity to introduce the dais. Mr. Devskar sir is a passed out in 1990. He's the founder and managing director of VDA Info Solutions Private Limited, Pune. He has received more than 30 awards from various fields and medias. He has worked in the industry for 17 years. Then he has started his own ventures. He is with us. Give a big hand for him, Mr. Devskar sir. More than 1,200 people are working with him. So Ratanji Tata has said, if you want to walk fast, walk alone. And if you want to walk far, walk together. And that is what is Mr. Devskar sir has done and proven in his life. Ravi Savarkar sir is a director. Vinit Hinkar sir. Abhayji Harne sir. He is passed out in 1991. He's presently working as a chief engineer. He's handling very high level of portfolio in the government sectors. He's chief engineers, Bhusal thermal power plants. So give a big hand for Harne sir, please. Friend, these are the shining star of SHGMC. And APG has also said, like a sun, first be ready to burn like a sun. And these are the people, those who are present, who are here to interact with you. Harbhajan Singh is from Electron Department. He has passed out in 1992. He is leading his business in innovative Chris Plus Private Limited, Mumbai. He is doing imports and export of the technology, and he is with us to share his experiences. Mr. Ravi Kole sir is passed out in 1992, has done MBA from Pune University, and then now he's heading the project finance for K. Raheja Group's Bombay, which is the biggest one group in the Bombay. Sagolekar sir, Soglekar sir, passed out in 1992, Alliance Geo Mumbai. Thank you very much. Now, Mr. Rahul Bonde is a very dynamic guy from the mechanical engineering department, passed out in 1999. He has started his career with product design consultancy. Then he has moved to CAD and PLM software development company. Now presently working in healthcare, aerospace, life science domains with Sintel. So he has traveled across the world. So we'll be discussing with Mr. Rahul. Dr. Milind Pandey, we just have listened to Milind Pandey's ambassador for Digital India. We'll be sharing many more things with you people. Now it is your turn. Ask the as max questions to the dais. They will really justify your all the questions. Please. Hello.
So welcome you to this unique panel discussion. This question will goes to each and every panel. The question is very simple. Why the skill sets are lacking amongst the students? Whether it's a fault of government policies, there is a fault of syllabus, there is a fault of a teaching learning process, or whether it is a fault of the lack of industry initiative. So we have the entrepreneurs, we have the all established electrical, electronics, mechanical extreme panelist here. So I request Ashutosh to please, or rather I request you to speak your mind on this question. Why the skill sets are lacking among the students? Skill sets. So who is at the fault?
Good afternoon, everyone. Willing touch upon the skill set and why it is lacking. So I think first of all, to blame someone else, let us take that blame within us. You know that am I whether I am putting my 100%, whether I'm taking some extra leap and to get the knowledge because uh, though we have say suppose 30 years experience, but every day, every opportunity, we learn a lot of things. In fact, yesterday when I was there in one of the session, I shared my previous experience. Before I start this my own venture, through what struggle I have been. Most of the people on the dais and you also, every day we are struggling. But is it that the end goal what we are looking at? So since Milind suggested me to touch upon my little bit the previous one. So I'm not only born in Chega. I've been here for almost 26 years. After completing my 26 years, I moved to Pune and I started looking for job. And I struggled for more than 1.5 years to get the job, first job. Okay. And I still remember I almost attended 17 interviews to get the first job. But when I got an offer, which is a 3-digit offer, I shared the salary also 900 rupees. And yesterday when we discussed, I was the lowest one. The highest one was I think 1800 rupees. Yeah, 1800 rupees. Okay, among the panel discussion. So salary is not a concern. The point here is the hunger. No? And today, if you ask us, all the panelists, we are from the different background. Uh, we will not at all give the weightage to anyone who is coming for applying a job in terms of the salary. So first, it's my request, humble request, you remove this thought from your mind that how much I'll how much I will get the salary or how much the employer is going to pay. Because you are in such a scenario currently, you have a tremendous learning potential, and you are a luckiest people over here to get such a beautiful infrastructure. Okay, because that was not there 30 years back or even or 10 years back. So you have a very good infrastructure over here. Now, if you ask me whether to start the business, you need the financial uh, strength, or do you need the finance? If I take my personal experience, the answer is no. I have not invested even a single rupee to start my business. Now, how come that 1,200 people are there along with us? It's not a miracle. But over the process from last 20, 22 years, the relations what we developed with each and everyone just given us a potential, or I can say given us the age to start the business from zero. Okay, so it's a learning cycle. That's what I'm saying. It's a learning cycle altogether, and there is no limitation. Believe me, there's no limitation. There is no, unless you have a very good right attitude, you have fire in your belly, you are there to learn new things, you are there to develop the relations, you to build the relations and carry forward. You also have to see that the failures is a part of your life, because when we started the business, within 1 year we were in a situation to shut down the business, but we also come out of that, and that was a tremendous learning in terms of finance, because I'm not a finance background, we are from the electronics background. But then that incidents give us a lot of age, I can say that, or lot of learnings, how you need to manage the finance when you start the business, or when you're running the business. So that was one of the greatest learning what I've learned when we thought of, now I need to shut down the business. Okay, so these are some of the examples which I'm giving, so don't take it so hard. But believe me, life is beautiful, and unless you open up completely, uh, because if you want to achieve something, it is within you. People are there to help you out. Okay, we are there to help you out, but then it is from the within. You need to put 100%. If you put the barrier in between, probably uh, it is your loss. So for me, if you ask me, Milind, it is it is we individual, rather than giving a blame, we blame government too much. Okay, but who is running the government? The people who have elected the people. We have elected the people. So instead of blaming them, let us support them. The whatever is the government is saying, some good things, whatever is happening within us, maybe a digital mobile banking happening currently. Are we really digitally connected to safeguard the transactions and all that stuff, and to minimize the black money market? As a citizen, are we responsible for that? If the answer is yes, and then it's a good thing. If the answer is no, why to blame the others guys, and why not to blame myself? So that is what I'm saying. uh, Look within and go forward.
Yeah, thank you, Ashutosh. Abhay is working on such a high position at public sector. He's working with MSEB, Maharashtra State Electricity Board, and he's taking care of the power generation plant. So, Abhay, do you think the skill set is missing in the management trainees, or where you'd like to blame the student themselves, or the institutions, or the government policies, or what? What is your mind?
Yeah, I mean, as rightly the success story by Devuskar, I would like to communicate with all the students. One thing is clear: when you are doing your engineering, to say that you should be more clear on your basics. Because what happened after completion of your this final year, after completing your degree of Bachelor of Engineering, when we go to the market, now everybody wants that you are ready to work from day one. For that purpose, while doing your this 4-year engineering, you should be along with your all the syllabus. You should focus on all the soft skills, all the new technologies available around you. Get connected with the professionals. Have a good project, just not to complete the project, but involve in the project. The management, the principal are organizing industrial visits. Get interacted with the industry fellow. Get the knowledge, and when you will complete your engineering, कोई भी अगर आप इंटरव्यू देते हो तो डेफिनेटली ही विल से आई विल पिक अप यू. जैसे की इन्होंने कहा की ब्लेम करने की जरूरत नाही आहे, कोणावरती पण ब्लेम करू नका. इट्स विदिन यू. जर काही फॉल्ट असला तर तो तुमच्यामधनच आहे, तुम्ही इंटरेस्ट न घेतल्यामुळे. आणि जर एका क्लासमध्ये 60 मुलं शिकतात आणि 10 सिलेक्ट होतात, त्या 10 लोकांचा आणि तुमचा सिलेबस एकच होता. त्या 10 जणांना त्याच प्रोफेसरने शिकवलं होतं की जे 60व्या मुलाला शिकवलेलं आहे. पण 10 मुलं पुढे का गेली आणि 50 मुलांना जॉब का मिळाला नाही, याचं उत्तर तुमच्या स्वतःकडे आहे. त्या मुलाला कोणी दुसरं काही ट्युशन नव्हती, त्याला काही वेगळं पुस्तक नव्हतं, परंतु ती मुलं पुढे गेली कारण की त्यांच्यामध्ये इनर इन्स्टिंक्ट आहे, त्यांच्यामध्ये ती फायर आहे आणि त्यांनी तेवढं डेव्हलप करण्यासाठी तेवढं डिव्होशन त्यांचं दिलेलं आहे, लक्ष त्या गोष्टींकडे दिलेलं आहे. आणि कुठे कुठे दुर्लक्ष करावं आणि कुठे लक्ष द्यावं, या दोन्ही गोष्टी तुम्हाला स्टुडंट लाईफमध्ये निश्चित पाळायच्या आहे. लक्ष द्यायचं आहे आणि काही ठिकाणी तुम्हाला दुर्लक्ष सुद्धा करायचं. आपण IT मीडिया म्हणतो, डिजिटल इंडिया म्हणतो, सोशल नेटवर्किंग म्हणतो, याच्यामध्ये तुमचा त्याचा उपयोग तुमच्यासाठी, तुमच्या नॉलेज डेव्हलपमेंटसाठी करायचा आहे. नुसतं मूवी बघण्यामध्ये आणि गेम खेळण्यामध्ये जर तुम्ही रोज 2 तास जर घालवत असले आणि यू आर सेइंग की मी डिजिटल इंडियामध्ये कनेक्टेड आणि मला खूप फॅड आहे डिजिटल इंडियाचं, इट्स नॉट करेक्ट. तुमचं स्टुडंट लाईफ आहे, तुम्ही दुसरीकडे बघू नका. परंतु इतकं चांगलं कॉलेज, इतके चांगले प्रोफेसर्स आणि विथ द ब्लेसिंग्स ऑफ गजानन महाराज, मला वाटतं की तुम्हाला कोणालाही एकही माणूस जॉबलेस दिसणार नाही, इतक्या जास्त अपॉर्च्युनिटीज तुम्हाला इंडस्ट्रीमध्ये आजच्या डेटला अवेलेबल आहेत. ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही जाता कुठेतरी, बेसिक्स कसे असतात, समजा तुम्हाला एखादी क्रिकेट मॅच खेळायची आहे आणि कोणीतरी तुफान बॉलर आहे समोर आणि तुम्हाला बाउन्सर टाकल्यानंतर तो चुकवायचा कसा किंवा हुक शॉट मारायचा कसा अचानक नाही येतो. त्या बेसिक्स मध्ये मग तुमचं सेटअप्स असतील, 10 किलोमीटर रनिंग असेल, रोजचा एक्सरसाइज असेल, याच्यामध्ये शॉट खेळण्याचं स्किल नाहीये. परंतु तुमचे हातपाय जितके मजबूत आहे, तुम्ही फिजिकली मेंटली किती फिट आहात, याच्यावरती सुद्धा त्या पर्टिक्युलर लढाईमध्ये तुम्ही पुढे जाऊ शकता. तितकं बळ तुमच्यामध्ये येतं. म्हणजे फक्त एकच गोष्ट खेळायची म्हणून तेवढं शिकलेलं असं चालत नाही. म्हणून माझं एकच म्हणणं आहे की तुमचे बेसिक्स खूप क्लिअर पाहिजे, खूप म्हणजे खूप. टेक्नॉलॉजी किती बदलू द्या, आम्ही होतो मिलिंद आणि आम्ही होतो, आम्हाला एक 486 होतं, एका ठिकाणी एका याच्यावरती इंटरनेट फक्त चालायचं आणि OS2 1.2 1.44च्या फ्लॉपी घेऊन आम्ही फिरायचो लॅबमध्ये. त्याच्यानंतर कितीतरी बदललंय. मिलिंदने त्याच्यानंतर या शेगाव इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेजमध्ये शिकायला आला नाही, परंतु जितकं जग बदलतंय तितकं नॉलेज त्याने अपडेट केलंय, म्हणून तो डिजिटल इंडियाचा अँबॅसेडर आज झालेला आहे. याचा अर्थ काय होतो की तुम्ही काळासोबतच बदलत राहायला पाहिजे. आपली युनिव्हर्सिटी चांगली आहे, आपली स्वतःचं डीम युनिव्हर्सिटी, आपलं सिलेबस आहे, आपण लगेच अपडेटही करतो. बऱ्याचशा युनिव्हर्सिटीज मध्ये 2-2, 3-3 वर्षांनी अपडेशन होतं. त्याच्यामुळे काय होतं की तुम्ही जो सिलेबस शिकताय तो ऑलरेडी तुमचा आउटडेटेड झालेला असतो, काही नवीन टेक्नॉलॉजी आलेली असते. परंतु बेसिक्स मी नेहमी सांगतो की इफ यू हॅव अ ड्रायव्हिंग स्किल, हाऊ टू ड्राईव्ह अ 2 व्हीलर. तुम्हाला जर 2 व्हीलर वरती चालवता येण्याचं स्किल जर लहानपणी तुम्हाला 20व्या वर्षी मिळालं, तर आज 45व्या वर्षी कितीही मोठी मोटर बाईक माझ्याकडे स्पोर्ट्सची जरी दिली तरी मी ती 2 मिनिटात ऍक्वेंटेड होऊन लगेच चालवतो, बिकॉज आय हॅव अ बेसिक नॉलेज हाऊ टू ड्राईव्ह अ 2 व्हीलर. म्हणून या टेक्नॉलॉजी कितीही बदलत गेल्या तरी त्याच्या काळासोबतच तुमचे बेसिक्स क्लिअर असले तर तुम्हाला पुढे जाता येतं. आता स्किल इंडिया, स्किल मध्ये वाढवायचं काय आपल्याला, आपण कुठे सगळ्यात आधी आपलं गोल पाहिजे की मला काय करायचं, कोणत्या फील्डमध्ये जायचंय, कोणत्या फील्डमध्ये गेल्यानंतर मला तिथे काय स्किल लागणार आहेत. आता आपण बघतो की कोणताही स्किल असं आहे की आता ग्रुपमध्ये काम करावं लागतं, तुम्हाला लिडरशिप स्किल पाहिजे. आता 1200 लोकांचा ग्रुप घेऊन जायचा म्हणजे त्याला लिडरशिप स्किल पाहिजे, सगळ्यांना एकत्र ठेवायची ताकद तुमच्यामध्ये त्यांना पाहिजे, त्यांना मोटिवेट करायला पाहिजे, त्यांच्याकडनं काम एक्स्ट्रॅक्ट करून घ्यायला पाहिजे. इंजिनियर आहात तुम्ही, एखाद्या प्रोजेक्टच्या साईटवर टाकलं तर खाली लेबर म्हणजे ज्याला लिहिता वाचता येत नाही त्या मेसन पासून तर प्रोजेक्ट डायरेक्टर पर्यंत सगळ्यांना सांभाळावं लागतं. तिथे तुम्ही कसं काम कराल, म्हणून या सगळ्या गोष्टींचं स्किल येण्यासाठी मला जर बाहेर टाकलं तर मी काय करणार? ही सगळी एक्झाम्पल्स तुमच्या स्वतःच्या घरामध्ये असतात. आपले आई वडील असतील, आपले नातेवाईक असतील, ते कोणत्या तरी प्रोफेशन मध्ये असतात, ते कसं वागतात, ते काय काम करतात, किती डिवोशन देतात. आणि स्किल इम्प्रुव्हमेंटसाठी मी म्हणतो की तुम्ही फक्त ह्या काळातच नाही तर पास आउट झाल्यानंतर सुद्धा जग इतक्या फटाफट बदलतंय, नवीन टेक्नॉलॉजी येतात, रोज अर्धा तास. आज आमचंही वय किती झालं तरी आम्ही रोज अर्धा तास नवीन काय आलेलं आहे मार्केटमध्ये, नवीन कुठे काय डेव्हलपमेंट सुरू आहे आणि ती आपल्याला कशी समजेल आणि आपल्याकडे त्याचा काही फायदा होऊ शकतो का, ती इम्प्लिमेंट होऊ शकते का, याच्याबद्दल अजून कोणाकडे नॉलेज मिळेल का, याच्यासाठी रोज अर्धा तास आपल्या स्वतःसाठी देणं अत्यंत आवश्यक आहे. खूप दिवस तुमचं डोकं तुम्ही नाही चालवलं, चांगल्या पगाराची नोकरी मिळाली आणि आता बस, तर तुमच्या मेंदूवरती जो जंग चढतो आपण ज्याला म्हणतो, आणि म्हणजे आपण विचारच करत नाही. म्हणून त्याला पॉलिश करण्यासाठी काहीतरी नवीन शिकायला हवं, आपल्या स्वतःच्या स्किल वाढवायला हव्या. आणि एक बेबी स्टेप, तुम्ही नुसतं असं आज म्हटलं की एव्हरेस्ट कडे बघून की अरे नाही या मैं पहुंच पाऊंगा की नाही, मग त्याच्यानंतर फिर मैं पहले जाऊंगा की मेरा रूम पार्टनर पहिले जाएगा, उसके पहले मैंने जाना चाहिए. अशा ज्या गोष्टी असतात, तुमची कॉम्पिटिशन ही तुमच्या स्वतःशी आहे, दुसऱ्याशी तुम्ही कधी कम्पेअर करू नका. गॉड हॅज गिव्हन अ डिफरंट क्वेश्चन पेपर टू ईच अँड एव्हरी इंडिव्हिज्युअल. म्हणून त्याने काय लिहिलंय म्हणून त्याने ए मार्क केला म्हणून मी ए मार्क करायला पाहिजे असं नाही. तुमचा क्वेश्चन पेपर वेगळा आहे. तुम्ही आज ज्या लेवलला आहात याच्यापेक्षा उद्या माझ्यामध्ये काहीतरी स्किल झालेली, इम्प्रुव्हमेंट झालेली, माझ्यामध्ये काहीतरी डेव्हलपमेंट झालेली आहे. असं जर केलं, यू कम्पेअर युअर सेल्फ, हाऊ वॉज आय एम येस्टरडे अँड हाऊ आय एम टुडे, हाऊ आय विल बिहेव टुमॉरो. या तीन गोष्टीवरती स्लाइटली एकदम असं एक दिवस कोणी अचानक तुम्हाला येऊन असं जादूची कांडी फिरवली आणि आता तू झाला, सगळे स्किल तुझ्यात आले आणि जा, असं नाही होणार. याच्यासाठी हार्डवर्क, मेहनत ही घेणं अत्यंत आवश्यक आहे. आज SSGMC बाकीची मंडळी इतक्या मोठ्या मोठ्या पदावर किंवा इकडे सगळीकडे काम करतात, चांगले बिझनेस करतात, यांनी खूप मेहनत घेतलेली आहे. म्हणजे किती ठिकाणी खाचा खळगा सगळ्या खाऊन, ठोकर खाऊन ही मंडळी पुढे आलेली आहेत. हेच तुमच्या पुढे वाढून ठेवलेलं आहे. नथिंग इज इझी. तुमची पुढची वाटचाल, आपल्याकडे कितीही एम्प्लॉयमेंट आहे, खूप जास्त एम्प्लॉयमेंट मिळणार म्हणे आता तर मला मिळणारच नोकरी, असं नाही. तुमच्या स्किल वरती ते डिपेंडंट आहे आणि त्यामुळे तुम्ही ऑलवेज टॉप मध्ये राहणं अत्यंत आवश्यक आहे. पूर्ण महाराष्ट्रात SMGMCचं इंजिनिअरिंग कॉलेज पहिल्या 5 मध्ये, पहिल्या 10 मध्ये तरी मिळेल मला असं वाटतं की आहे. आणि त्या कॉलेजच्या तुमच्या बॅच मध्ये आपण वरती कसं राहू, आपले जास्तीत जास्त स्किल कसे निर्माण होतील याचा प्रयत्न तुम्ही यापुढे करायला हवा. तुमचे काही क्वेश्चन्स असले तर आपण नंतर घेऊया. बट विश यू ऑल द बेस्ट अँड कीप ऑन ट्राईंग. हार्डवर्क इज द की टू सक्सेस. लिसन. थँक्यू.
Thank you, Abhay. Very rightly pointed out about the personality. Whatever he has given you, the mantra which I said. So there are 4 things are very, very important in your student life. He mentioned the physically fit. I repeat it again. See, college has given you the platform to transform your personality into winning personality. So what are the aspects of winning personality? He said physically fit, mentally alert, intellectually sharp, and spiritually elevated. The divine source of inspiration is with us, the Gajanan Maharaj. And the 4 Ds are very, very important to shape your career. Those Ds are decency, decorum, discipline, and dignity. These are the 4 Ds which are very, very important. Please remember, before I move on to the Ravi, Harbhajan Singh. The Harbhajan Singh is an entrepreneur. It's a very innovative entrepreneur. Always look forward for the something disruptive. What is the disruptive technology should come into the Indian society and how he can bring that change. So he always thinking in that direction. So Harbhajan Singh, do you think that academic is missing somewhere on those skill sets, the imbibing of the skill sets? So what is your?
My opinion is there is a skill set in everybody. Only thing is what we need to understand it properly. All of you are engineers. Hello. You are doing experiments. Follow procedures. And do you give conclusions? It's a skill. So why you do procedures? What you get from conclusion? You prove something, right? Technology, skills. Skill is to do experiments, follow the procedures, and give the conclusion. I will share some experiments which I have done. I was also very disturbed after college, and I was looking out for jobs. Huh? So I was shifting here and there. Then suddenly, God give me one gift: Google. So, my dear friends, what I used to do Google, I used to look out for problems available with people. Then what I used to do? Experiments, do some procedures, and conclude that this problem can be solved. I look out for people in Google who are doing the same experiments. Clear? Then somebody might on this earth must be doing some kind of experiment. So I should contact him, get the answers or for those problems. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Harbhajan. Ravi is a very dynamic. I remember the dynamism of Ravi when he was studying 92 pass out, and this personality speaks. I mean, he looks loud, his personality is loud, and he has done a great mastery and oratory in his job. So, Ravi, can you speak your mind on this?
My views are slightly different to what, and probably I would like to add on to it. What I always say, and I have shared with a few students in the afternoon, is what Abhay said is the content should be correct. But I was always believed in the philosophy that as long as the content is good, the probability of a content selling may be 50%. What you need to sell the content is a better packaging. When you have a proper packaging for a proper content, the product has to sell. Let's be honest, there are very few guys, or probably the percentage of guys increasing is today like Ashutosh or Harbhajan, who have the entrepreneurial sense. Yes. But for people who have decided to make a career in corporate, probably what I would look at, or what I always look at people when I recruit them at a fresher level is, yes, you would have studied something. Even I studied in college. But not necessarily what you study in college is what you implement in your day-to-day work. What I look at when I recruit a fresher is, one, how is his thought process? Whether his thought process of solving a problem is proper, is he clear in his concepts? That's first thing what I look at it. Second thing what I look at it is what I said is packaging. How is he dressed up? Whether is he presentable? Means you don't expect somebody to go for an interview without making a shave or wearing a chappals. You need to be presentable. You are asking for a job, right? So these are what I call as sharpening the soft skills. That makes you kind of, if the content wise, if you have 8 or 9, correct me Ashutosh if I may be wrong, but when the content has a similar number, but if somebody is higher on the packaging, probably you would go for it. I mean, if I have to give you an example, you'll always look for a pretty lady. She may not be good looking, but if she is dressed up properly, you'll always look at her. It's the same thing. When we are in the job market, you are present because of a lady which you want somebody to like you. Sorry to be crude, but that's the way it is. So you need to sharpen your soft skills, and probably we never had that kind of exposure. Probably you are fortunate enough to know that what the industry looks at you. You have 2 years, 3 years, 1 year. Make yourself enroll to yourself to a softer skills, brush up yourself, and by the time that you go up into corporate, that is where, when somebody said that, that is where the probability of hitting a success increases, right? So by and large, all, I'm sure majority of them are Maharashtrians or Indians. By and large, if you look at Indian community, they are always hardworking. When Indians never shy of hard work, that's the probably reason why Indians do shine when they go to Europe or America. One, because our intellectual skills are higher, and we never shy from hard work. I always say to everybody, in your first 5 years of career, as Milind rightly said, don't look at what is being offered to you as salary. Look at what is being offered to you as a role, and what that role is enhancing your value or intellectual content. Once you have that knowledge, once you are equipped with the proper skills, money will follow. You will make good of the losses, whatever you have made in 5 years or 6 years. Believe me. Keep your basics correct. And probably we started our careers when economy was just opening up. Today we are at a cusp of phase where, because of 125 crore people, the research reports and everything talks of that next 20 years is going to be the economic boom in India. So probably you guys are starting your careers at a right age where the demand for job would be high. So even if you put in decent amount of hard work, success will follow you. But don't expect, once you pass out, that I'm an engineer and doing a Xeroxing if required is below my dignity. That doesn't work. Sorry if I have done that. And I have no shame in saying that. You can't expect to have an assistant on day one. You have to do your own things. And probably you are fortunate enough. I always say I am not the technology man in the whole group. My son is more educated technology as compared to me. So you guys have an advantage against us oldies here, that your learning curve in terms of technology is far ahead of us. Let's accept we are not going to be there forever. It is you guys who are going to take it over. And if you keep the basics correct, if you package the product properly, I don't think any reason why anybody should not be successful.
Great. So we have a Vijay with us. Vijay is a very typical R&D guy, always busy in study, and study. Very clever. It perhaps will focus more on the R&D perspective of it. Vijay from Reliance Jio.
Thanks, Purit. So, note, everyone is telling you what all you need to do and all. Basic funda that enjoy your college life. It is not going to come back again. Don't worry. As Milind has presented some very good slides and graphs, employment is getting generated and you are going to get benefited. Don't worry. So enjoy your college life. That is going, because you will never get these days back. Coming here for just one day, just to get those glimpse of what we have spent at that time or what we have missed at that time. You are getting this such a beautiful auditorium. We had a very small auditorium and we had a orchestra over there, not orchestra exactly, I will say, but we
Musical
had a
program.
discipline that yes, our tabla was being played by our own student, harmonium or the keyboard was played by our own student, and singer were also our own student, and audience our also we all. So those who were shouting, we were on the last benches. So anyway, on a serious note, yes, all these things are really required. I will say yes, during all your studies, spend very good time, be attentive in all your classes while your staff is presenting to you. Staff, I would say that only the teaching staff, even the laboratory staff, the staff who is supporting you for the practicals, projects, seminars and all, even from every one of them you will learn something or other. So be attentive at all time. That is more than sufficient for you to even pass your examination, to even enhance your soft skills. Because see, when anyone is presenting, trust me, when we were giving our seminar in 91 and then final year project defense in 92, we were not able to speak English as well. Sir has pointed out very clear, very well that what microprocessor we studied 8085, 8086. You won't even know those numbers now. When we came out on and just started seeing the computers, it was 80386 or 486 processor with 1 MB RAM and 25 MB hard disk. That kind of configuration was there. GB was a, I will say, luxury for any one of us. And this situation was, I will say, almost till 98, 99. So recently the things, technology and everything has changed, and you are seeing all those benefits with you. You have a mobile handset with you, which the processor for which is minimum 1 gigahertz. So don't worry, you are there with technology, you are learning all those things. The only thing which you need to be that always be attentive and always have a positive attitude. Nothing is small, nothing is big. Always try to learn whenever there is any opportunity, try to grab something, try to enhance your skill so that yes, it may help, it may not help, but it is not going waste. Trust me, nothing goes waste in life. Whatever you see, whatever you experience, whatever you learn, it will be useful. So don't worry. Even if many of your seniors, many of your friends will say that you are studying C, I don't know, Pascal and Fortran, you are C. I don't think they are part of the syllabus, but we studied Fortran and Pascal, which I don't think we ever use in life. It happens, but there were the concept of flowchart, the algorithms, the way syntax rules are getting used while writing the software. So all those things are common. Whether you write a program in Fortran, whether you write it in C, C++, Java, Angular JS, or anything, whatever is recently required. So don't worry, nothing is going waste. So try to get as much as possible that is going to pay you. That is the biggest mantra of success. And that's what I will say to keep it on a lighter note. Thanks. Thanks all.
Thank you, Vijay. Maybe Rahul, from mechanical perspective, maybe the automobile or manufacturing, non-manufacturing, how you can see the skill set required, and whether who is at the fault basically.
Yeah, from my perspective, most of the great thoughts have been already covered by our seniors. As you guys are learning, I'm also learning from them. The basic thing I mean, I understand from any recruitment perspective or hiring perspective, what we are looking into the new students which are undergraduates or postgraduates is not the skill set at that time actually. We are looking at their capability or the attitude or how they are taking or looking at the problems. I mean, the skills can be developed on the job. I mean, that is what we are learning all the time. I myself, coming from the mechanical engineering background and whatever is coming in my way that time, I mean, our batches were like, we saw many recessions. You guys are lucky enough. I mean, the industry is right, quite doing good. And I mean, in those days as well, we were like ready for learning new things. Whatever is coming our way, like it's a product design, I jumped into it. Then engineering services, yeah, we can do that. Okay, now let's go ahead and develop a software for CAD, CAM, and CA, especially from the mechanical engineering backgrounds. Yes, we are ready for that. I mean, you have to be relevant with the industry. I mean, not as a person, the companies also has to be relevant with the market. If they are stick to their old values or old type of technology or legacy processes, they will be kicked out of the market. And same with the employees as well. So, I mean, everybody has to be very much flexible, and on the job you are learning. Whenever you are going into the next interview, the skills have been seen like 20-30%. Okay, he knows something about mainframe, but like the actual job into the new company might be more different. But still, those guys are hiring you because they are looking at the attitude of a person. You are, as sir rightly said, enjoy your college days and develop an attitude like you will not lose your hopes. I have seen many unsuccesses in my career. Uh, I have tried startup in those days when nobody was speaking about it, and I miserably failed into that. But that particular time period, I have developed some skills which I was not knowing. Like I'm developing something in within myself. When I was unsuccessful and when I applied in HP, and those guys hired me as a project manager that time, and I was shocked, like why this particular position? Then unsuccessful businessman, and they are getting the person who knows the basics of engineering, who knows software development, who, I mean, those are all skill set, but at the same time, he knows like how to sell things, how to, finances, how customer relationship works. Everything is been, they are getting as a package, a project manager material, and that started my next phase of the career. So, as all guests said, you're learning from every single moment of your life in a positive way. So keep that attitude and make sure you are coming out of this college with good numbers of your degree and everything.
Flying
And
colors.
yeah, flying colors, and you'll be successful, don't worry.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you. But one problem came to my mind. So the syllabus is there. The best of the best delivery mechanism is there. But still, students passing out from this college, they used to go to the Mumbai, Pune, Hyderabad, Bangalore. There is some skill development program for 6 months, maybe on C, C++, Java, maybe VLSI, embedded. Of course, you have a great career line with us, with you. Either you can go for management or for engineering, for GRE TOEFL, for defense, or so many things. But then this gap of 6 months to 1 year, I I don't know. Most of the institutions, they are doing the program for campus to corporates. If you see the placement percentage, most of the students, they are coming to the metros and taking some programs. So let me start with Ashutosh. What is your opinion? These college students, these our own SSGMC students, what should be their attitude? Whether they should register for the various value-added programs faced by the college, or what not? What is your opinion? What is your piece of advice to all these students? How they should react to the various value-added programs? Either is it basically should they do their programs at the respective metro cities, or should they well equip themselves here at SSGMC campus?
See, for my personal opinion is, if you look at our experience, the facility was not at all there, which everybody has said from the panel, as far as the college facility is concerned. Only 4 shades and not beyond that. Here, everything is available today. To my understanding, to whatever is the feedback I used to get from the management and the faculties, there are a lot of curriculums available over here. If not say 10 or 50, which is available maybe at metros, but even say 70%, 80% is available over here. Why not to take the advantage over here rather than in the metros? There are a lot of advantage over here. One is obviously is the cost, because nothing is coming free. And if you look at the comparison of the cost, there is no doubt in my mind that this is real competitive cost which is tagged to maybe any courses which probably the management is conducting over here. Number two, there are a lot of faculties who, or I'm not saying faculties, maybe the guest speakers who are coming from outside. I have, since I am on the alumni board, I'm sharing this. There are the mixed reactions from the outside guest in terms of the student participation, okay, in terms of the interactions with that. So be vocal, be interactive with the participant. You have so many alumni, maybe 300 plus people are over here from from various geographies. Interact with these people, interact with those alumni, and take your sort out your issues, or talk to them. There is no harm going outside this and take the course curriculum and maybe at the metros and all. It's a personal liking, but if you ask me personally, if that would have been available over here a few years back, probably we would have been taken it over here rather than at the metros. So that's my personal opinion.
Thanks, Ashutosh. Abhay, what do you think? What are the new horizons they are getting opened up in electrical power systems? Or what are the requirements of the public sector?
Just a minute, I'm sorry. What one more feedback I've received from the management is, college management, is that students are not coming forward. You know, whenever there are an opportunities to impart certain knowledge in terms of the extracurricular activities, in terms of the curriculum, which is beyond your regular schedule, which is required. What Abhay sir has said previously, that and other panelists said, you have to go extra mile because the world is changing so fast. You have to equip with that, which probably will not see into your curriculum because it's a fixed curriculum. So those opportunities, whatever it may be in any form, maybe in trainings and all, whatever I heard personally is that there is not enough participation from the student. So it's my humble request, it's my urge to you people, that to you and all, that please take the advantage of that. Thank you.
कंटिन्युइंग विथ आशुतोष, ज्याप्रमाणे त्याने सांगितलं की तुम्ही पुढे यायला पाहिजे. ज्या वेळेस आम्ही होतो कॉलेजमध्ये 90s मध्ये 88, आमचाच ग्रुप राहायचा. त्यावेळेस आम्हाला आमचे काही प्रोफेसर्स मदत करायचे, ऑडिटोरियम घ्यायचो, तिथे रोज काही ना काही कार्यक्रम घ्यायचा. कधी ग्रुप डिस्कशन, त्याच्यामध्ये 2 पॅनल, मग कधी एक्सटेम्पो, चिठ्ठी उचलायची आणि 2 मिनिटं 5 मिनिटं बोलायचं. मग वेगवेगळ्या कॉम्पिटिशन्स असतील, मग डमशारेट पासून सगळ्या. तर ह्या स्किल्समुळे आपण पुढे पुढे येतो. आता त्यावेळेस काही जणांना एखाद्याने कुठे बघून आला की मग त्याला इकडे इम्प्लिमेंट करायला खूप घाई व्हायची. नाही, अरे मैं वैसा देख के आया हूं, आई हैड अ गुड सेमिनार एट अमरावती, आई हैड अ गुड सेमिनार एट दिल्ली, वैसा हम करेंगे. तर ही जी वृत्ती आहे स्वतःहून पुढे यायची, एक्सटेम्पो स्वतः, ती तुमच्यामध्ये पाहिजे. आपण मराठीत म्हणतो की घोड्याला मी पाण्याजवळ नेतो, परंतु पाणी त्यानेच प्यायला पाहिजे. त्याचप्रमाणे हे सगळं तुम्हाला इथे अवेलेबल असताना तुम्ही स्वतः फॉरवर्ड यायला पाहिजे. जसं मिलिंदने आता म्हटलं की अजून कोणत्या अपॉर्च्युनिटीज याच्यात, तर ज्याप्रमाणे डिजिटल याच्यामध्ये तर भरपूर अपॉर्च्युनिटीज फ्रॉम द पॉवर सेक्टर. आय वुड लाईक टू ऍड हिअर, इंडियन पॉवर सेक्टर मध्ये आता इन्स्टॉल कॅपॅसिटी 1,25,000 मेगावॉट आहे आणि पुढील 5 वर्षामध्ये ही दॅट इज गोइंग टू बी डबल. जितक्या अपॉर्च्युनिटीज आता आहेत, म्हणजे अशी डायरेक्टली आता न्यू टेक्नॉलॉजी असल्यामुळे खूप कमी मॅन पॉवर लागते. म्हणजे आमचे जे 70s 80s मधले जे प्लांट आहेत, तिथे जितकी मॅन पॉवर लागायची त्याच्या 50% पॉवर आता न्यू टेक्नॉलॉजीच्या थ्रू लागते. बट यू हॅव अ गुड अपॉर्च्युनिटी देअर. आणि त्याच्यामध्ये नॉट ओनली इन जनरेशन सेक्टर, एव्हरी सेक्टर. तुम्ही एवढं मोठं सिव्हिलचं स्ट्रक्चर असतं, सिव्हिल वाल्यांनाही तितकंच आहे. ज्या प्रोजेक्टच्या काळामध्ये प्रोजेक्ट एक्झिक्युशन मध्ये तुम्हाला काम करायला मिळालं, दॅट इज ऑल्सो गुड. तिथे सुद्धा तुमची लिडरशिप क्वालिटी, आणि जो रफ अँड टफ असतो, एखादा मुलगा असतो की खूप रफ अँड टफ आहे, मला आठवतं माझा एक मित्र, तो खूप रफ अँड टफ होता, बोलायला काही बोलेल, म्हणजे शिवराळ भाषा ज्याप्रमाणे म्हणतो, बट ही बिकम सिव्हिल इंजिनियर. आणि सिव्हिल इंजिनिअरिंगचा इंटरव्ह्यू दिल्यानंतर इंटरव्ह्यू होता गॅमन इंडियामध्ये, म्हणजे ज्या लॉंगेस्ट ज्या चिमणीज बघतो आपण किंवा मोठे मोठे आपले कुलिंग टावर्स बघतो, ते बनवणाऱ्या फक्त इंडियामध्ये गॅमन आणि पहारपूर या दोनच कंपन्या. गॅमन इंडियात गेल्यानंतर सगळे त्याच्या बॅच मधले त्याच्यापेक्षा हुशार आणि प्रत्येक वर्षी डिस्टिंक्शन मिळाल्यांना त्याने दूर ठेवलं आणि या मुलाला पिकअप केलं, बिकॉज रिमोट एरियामध्ये जाऊन इतक्या लेबर्सला हँडल करून बाहेरच्या सगळ्या प्रेशर्सला घेऊन करण्यासाठी त्याच्याकडे ते स्किल होतं. हे आयडेंटिफाय काय करतो कोणताही इंटरव्ह्यूअर आणि इंटरव्ह्यू, इट्स अ गिव्ह अँड टेक प्रोसेस. मला माझ्या कंपनीसाठी इंटरव्ह्यू घ्यायचा म्हणजे मला असा माणूस पाहिजे की माझं काम तो करू शकेल. आणि त्याच वेळेस तुम्ही असं बघायचं असतं की मला या कंपनीमध्ये काही चांगलं स्कोप मिळू शकतो का, माझं स्किल युटिलाइज होऊ शकतं का, त्याच्यात एनहान्समेंट होऊ शकते का, आणि त्याच्यावरती माझा चरितार्थ भागू शकतो का. आता चरितार्थ कसा भागवायचा, आज के डेट में अगर किसी को 2.5 लाख भी पेमेंट पर मंथ होगी तो भी कम है, और किसी को 40-50 हजार होगी वो भी बोलता की बहुत है. ते तुमच्यावर डिपेंड आहे. त्याचसोबतच डिस्ट्रीब्युशन आणि ट्रान्समिशन नेटवर्क सुद्धा तितकेच मोठं वाढणार आहे. इलेक्ट्रिकल पॉवर सिस्टीम असेल त्याच्यामध्ये त्यांना खूप चांगला स्कोप आहे, कारण की डिस्ट्रीब्युशन आणि ट्रान्समिशनचं नेटवर्क जितकी पॉवर ऍड कराल तितकं त्याला इव्हॅक्युएट करण्यासाठी तितकंच स्ट्रक्चर लागतं. अँड बेसिकली पीटहेड स्टेशन जास्त येतील ज्या ठिकाणी कॉलरीज आहेत. दॅट मीन्स छत्तीसगड एरिया असेल, एमपी असेल, अँड दिस विदर्भ, चंद्रपूर अँड नागपूर या भागात जास्त प्लांट येतील. आणि लोड सेंटर्स आर सिच्युएटेड फार अवे. लोड सेंटर समजा महाराष्ट्राचं इट इज बिटवीन पुणे अँड मुंबई, ठाणे, बेलापूर या पट्ट्यामध्ये, गुजरातमध्ये आहे. तर ह्या लोड सेंटर पर्यंत नेण्यासाठी सगळं इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर त्याच्यामध्ये उभं राहावं लागेल. त्याच्यात तुम्हाला चांगला स्कोप आहे. गव्हर्नमेंटची नवीन पॉलिसी आहे नॉन रिन्युएबल एनर्जी. नॉन रिन्युएबल एनर्जी मध्ये विंड पॉवर आहे, अँड वी आर मेकिंग गुड प्रोग्रेस इन सोलर ऑल्सो. सोलर्स मध्ये आपण जर कम्पेअर केलं तर आपल्याकडे सोलर त्या मानाने खूप कमी उपलब्ध आहे. परंतु जी पॉलिसी आता पुढील 3 वर्षासाठी गव्हर्नमेंटने डिक्लेअर केलेली आहे, याच्यामध्ये सोलर मध्ये खूप चांगला स्कोप आहे. मग या चांगल्या स्कोप मध्ये इंजिनियर काय करू शकतो, पॅनल मॅन्युफॅक्चरिंग आहे, कंट्रोल पॅनल्स आहेत, इन्स्टॉलेशन्स आहेत, त्याच्यावर लागलेले सगळे प्रोटेक्शनची जितके पण रिलेज आहेत, या सगळ्यांमध्ये आपण काम करू शकतो. याच्या व्यतिरिक्त याला लागणाऱ्या सगळ्या अलाइड सर्व्हिसेस, एक प्लांट 10,000 कोटीचा उभा राहत असताना मेन प्लांट असतो फक्त 4 ते 5,000 कोटीचा, जो की तोशिबा असेल, एल&टी असेल, बीएचईएल असेल, दुसान असेल, यांच्याकडे जातो. उरलेले 4-5,000 हे लोकल मार्केटमधनं वॉल्स घेणे, स्ट्रक्चर उभे करणे, सिव्हिलची कामं करणे, याच्यातनं खर्च होत असतो. तर देर आर लॉट ऑफ ऑपॉर्च्युनिटीज. इन्व्हेस्टमेंट खूप ह्यूज आहे आणि याच्यामध्ये सुद्धा आणि सगळ्या फील्डला आहे. म्हणजे असं नाहीये की माझ्याकडे समजा तुम्ही म्हणाल की माझ्याकडे जवळपास भुसावळला टोटल एम्प्लॉई स्ट्रेंथ इज 1300, आउट ऑफ विच 450 आर इंजिनियर्स. आता इलेक्ट्रिकल आहे म्हणून इलेक्ट्रिकलच लागतील असं नाही, माझ्याकडे सगळ्यात जास्त मेकॅनिकल इंजिनियर काम करतात. 450 मध्ये नियर अबाउट 50% आर मेकॅनिकल इंजिनियर आणि बाकीच्यांचा सगळा इक्वल रेशो असतो. नाउअडेज गेल्या 8-1 वर्षापासून इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स आणि कम्प्युटर्स मध्ये सुद्धा आम्ही स्पेशल रिक्रुटमेंट करतो. ऑल इज डिजिटाइज, एव्हरीथिंग इज आता तुम्हाला रिअल टाइम मध्ये सगळीकडे बघावं लागतं. दॅट्स वाय सिस्टम अनालिस्ट पासून सगळी लोक याच्यामध्ये करतो. यू हॅव अ गुड अपॉर्च्युनिटीज इन दिस फील्ड ऑल्सो. रिक्रुटमेंट खूप जोरात आहे. याच्यामध्ये कॉम्पिटेटिव्ह एक्झाम सगळ्यांनी कंपल्सरी केलेला आहे. ऑल स्टेट इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बोर्ड, इवन एनटीपीसी, पॉवर ग्रिड इंडिया, यू हॅव टू बी प्रिपेअर्ड फॉर द कॉम्पिटेटिव्ह एक्झाम्स. कॉम्पिटेटिव्ह एक्झाम्स साठी तयारी करताना तुम्हाला परत त्याच स्किल सगळ्या आल्या. आणि ह्या एक्झाम्स इमिजिएटली ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही पास आउट होतात, पास आउट झाल्यानंतर ज्या 1-1.5 वर्षामध्ये तुम्ही या जर एक्झाम्स दिल्या तर तुम्हाला त्याचा जास्त फायदा होतो. ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही 5-6 वर्ष कुठेतरी एंटरप्रिनरशिप करत असाल किंवा एखादी जॉबसाठी लागले असाल, आपण थोडं डिस्कनेक्ट होतो कुठे अकॅडमिक्सशी. आणि या परीक्षा जास्त करून अकॅडमिक्स वरती असतात, कारण की तुमच्या प्रत्येक सब्जेक्ट वरती त्याच्यावरती बेस्ट काही काही प्रश्न असतात. आणि दिस अपॉर्च्युनिटी इज ऑल्सो गुड. कोणत्याही पीएसयू किंवा गव्हर्नमेंट सेक्टरमध्ये काम करताना इट्स नाव अ प्रायव्हेट कंपनी सारखं आहे किंवा त्याच्याहून वाईट आहे. प्रायव्हेट कंपनीमध्ये जितकं तुम्हाला पिळत नसतील त्याच्यापेक्षा जास्त या सेक्टरमध्ये काम करावं लागतं. गॉन आर द डेज की तुम्ही अरे नाही सरकारी मिळालं की मग चांगलं राहील, सरकारी नोकरी मिळाली की लग्न लवकर होईल काय? एव्हरीबडी इज हॅपी. असं नाही राहिलंय आता. याच्यामध्ये पण खूप कॉम्पिटिशन आहे. पेमेंट इज ऑल्सो गुड, स्टॅबिलिटी आहे, परंतु माझं एक म्हणणं आहे की नुसतं असं एक थीम नाही ठेवायचं की मला इकडेच जायचंय, मी इकडेच जाणार, म्हणजे जिथे राहतोय तिथे नेहमी रडतच राहायचं, असं नाही करायचं. जिथे तुम्ही काम करताय तिथे तुम्ही तितक्याच हॅपीली काम करायला पाहिजे, तितकी इन्व्हॉल्वमेंट तुम्ही दाखवायला पाहिजे. तुम्ही जितकी इन्व्हॉल्वमेंट दाखवाल, जितकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी स्वतःहून अंगावर घ्याल, तितकं तुम्हाला शिकायला मिळेल. आणि नुसतं पाट्या टाकायचं जर काम केलं की नाही यायचं, जेवढं काम सांगितलं तेवढं करायचं, काही काम नसलं तर आपलं नुसतं टिंगल टवाळी सगळ्यांची गप्पा करून आपलं घरी जायचं, दिस इज नॉट गुड. ज्यावेळेस तुम्ही स्टार्ट करता तुमचं करिअर, तुम्ही खूप लक्ष द्यायला पाहिजे, खूप मेहनत घ्यायला पाहिजे, आणि ती मेहनत घेतल्यानंतरच तुम्हाला याच्यामधनं काहीतरी येईल. एकच ड्रीम ठेवा की नाही मी 10 वर्षानंतर 15 वर्षानंतर या ठिकाणी आल्यानंतर ज्याप्रमाणे मिलिंदला तुम्ही आदर सन्मानाने बोलवतात तसं मलाही बोलवलं जाईल, अशी इच्छा मनात बाळगा आणि पुढे या. निश्चितच तुमचं भविष्य उज्ज्वल आहे.
Thank you, Abhay. Harbhajan Singh comes from Mumbai. He settled down in Mumbai, and he is a man for the disruptive innovations. Harbhajan Singh, would you like to focus some different thoughts, so which will boost up the entrepreneurial role of the students? So, what should be the different thought process?
What a thought process should be very innovative and with the ideas, some vague ideas, like also ideas related to problems available on this earth. Right now India is facing problem with pollutions. So what kind of services or what kind of idea or technology can be used to remove this problem of pollution? So uh, so we should think in the direction of solution. So one is this problem, like uh, we are facing another, like uh, we have electric, like Abhay said, electricity problem. Like in India, many remote areas still does not have electricity. That is also a big problem. So how to solve this problem? So, well, like likely he said, solar is one of the uh, solution to it, and we can through solar we can give electricity to those remote areas. Also, we have problems, like while recently I solved one problem. There was a problem for electricity in the warehouses where they keep this goods which are because they for the insurance purpose they cannot take electricity. So there we gave a solution of the solar system. Uh, Also, for those warehouses, there is the problem of thief, people coming and robbing goods from the warehouses. So they need security system also. But without power, it is not possible. So we developed this security system with solar, and we are providing this to all over India uh, right now. So thought process, you should always look forward for some ideas which can help to solve the problems. So your mindset should be always of a helping nature. Okay, thank you.
Thanks. So Ravi, if you'd like to come and recruit the students from this existing batch, so what are those skill sets you will be looking for?
As I said, first thing what I would look at is how honest somebody comes up on an interview. Believe me, when I was of your age, or everybody, we used to always think that there is there is always an age in everybody's life that you think you know everything. You think you know everything in life. So be, when you go for an interview, be as honest as possible, because the person sitting in front of you probably has a 20-25 years of experience, and he has seen probably not hundreds but at least 50s of you, and he can make out if you are faffing or if you are giving a gan to him. He can make out in 5 minutes. And that's where the most critical component of everybody's life, or one would look at, as an integrity. So the moment somebody knows that you are honest in your views, you can conclude that his integrity is high, and that is the most critical component what I would look at. Second, as I said, unfortunately, or fortunately, whatever you may call it, but I'm not a techie. So what I, in our scheme of things, what I would look at it is how presentable, or whether he has neatly dressed, whether he communicates properly, whether the communication of thought process, what I think in my mind, am I being able to convince the person in front of me? If that thought process is clear, and if the communication is clear on my thought processes, probably those are the two things what I would look at. Because as I said, I don't expect you to perform in day one. We would train you for a certain period of time, and then there would be somebody who would be hand holding you for the things to do, and then we would expect you to have the outputs. The third thing what probably I would look at is what kind of a longevity anybody would put into the organization. Because if, when I am recruiting somebody, I am investing my time, money, I in the sense organization's time, money on the candidate, and obviously no organization is doing a charity work. It would expect, if a company has invested X amount of rupees or X amount of time, probably not 3x, but at least 2x or 1.5x has to come out. So a long-term longevity. So probably you may have to give him or convince him that you are not here for a short-term gains, but you are looking at a long-term career growth. And as long as the organization grows, if an individual grows, it's vice versa. If I have to put it the way, the reason why I have said you is probably next 30 years of India are good, because if country progresses, the corporations will progress. If the corporations progress, the individuals working in the organization will progress. So in the growth phase, what I would look at is somebody who is willing to put a number of years to the organization. Because that is where, once somebody is trained, that is where he will start giving his outputs. That is when the organization will gain from his experience. So probably these are the three things what I would look at when we would recruit somebody.
Thanks, Ravi. Vijay, so what do you think? From which year they should start doing their career planning? From second year or third year? And how do they should plan their career? What are those, the mapping, the talent mapping, the skill sets? When do they should realize their potential and how they should map? What is your piece of advice?
So ideally, when I compare myself with this generation, there is a big difference. Ideally, we never knew what all the opportunities available after completing, I will say, even 12th or even engineering. After 12th, it's only medical or engineering, that is something which is there. And then post engineering, a job. Nothing more than that. So these guys have, I will say, they are in a better span of life on a time scale. They're at a better place wherein they have all these visibilities. So typically, I will say, post first year is something new wherein they generally do not think anything else other than the study and clearing first year, because the pressure is always there that clear first year, then there is the life. It never happens in the whole life, don't worry. So But yeah, from second year they can start thinking at least whether they want to do pursue further education or further more studies, whether it's MTech, MBA, or even PhD for that matter, or something else. So that way, yes, from second year, because these days I have seen that most of the third year student will get start coaching on CAT on other exams so that they can crack them in third or final year. And once a good score is there, then they can get into a very good management institute. So ideally, yes, second, third year, that is the best time to plan for what next to be done. And if you do a planning in second year, then third and final year are the best time frame wherein you can make those dreams or that planning as a success. So that way I will put it that yes, first year do you clear your first year, second year plan something what you want to do, and then third year, fourth year make sure that you pursue those dreams and you get make those dreams to come into reality. Yeah. Thanks.
Great. So Rahul, in your opinion, how important the project and the internship matters for this, and what is your piece of it? What is your experiences?
You mean the final year projects?
Third year,
Third or final
year, or maybe.
Yeah, I remember my project in mechanical engineering in the same college. We made a brick making machine, okay, and next year batch extended that project to put a SHGMC stamp on that brick. So what we are learning from those projects actually, we know how to prepare the dossier now, how to present our project to the authorities or whoever is like interested in looking at those. So projects are definitely important nowadays. I mean, the example I've given is the old example actually. Nowadays, I've seen many people or many students are literally approaching to the service organizations like us and many other organizations to get the projects or get the internship break there. The simple concept behind is like they want to get the exposure, like how the industry works actually, how the real thing works. The person who has done MBA from any college, unless until he is like closely looking, I mean, experiencing those 6 months or 1 year kind of internship program, they will not learn those things from or I mean from the books actually. So that is the first step of getting into the real job. So project is pretty much summarizing your experiences in the education part of it, and internship is definitely is a first break. I'll say it may not be paying you very much, but like if you are getting that particular break, go for it.
Thank you, Rahul. So this floor is open for the question answer session.
Sorry, before we open the forum, there is one thing which Dr. Pandey mentioned in his opening remarks is on the spiritual quotient. And I think of your age probably, what does it mean? Have some kind of a spiritual quotient or some kind of a spiritual inclination right from this date help you, because end of the day, success is all in mind. It's all comparative. So you need to have a thought process where you need to be satisfied at a point of time. And irrespective of whichever field of spiritualism you go into, that will give you some peace of mind, because in everybody's in life, you will always have ups and downs. And to have a balanced mind frame, even in best of the times and the worst of the times, is what I will say makes a difference between a boy and a man. And when you inculcate that habit from your young age, earlier the better. And you guys are, or we all are so fortunate that we are associated with an organization or with an education institution whose basis is based on spiritualism. So a humble request, I'm sure the library has so much of books. Take out some time, read some books, grasp few things. I'm sure they're going to help you in a long way. And these things would really help you in a long term career. Sorry, go ahead.
Great addition, Ravi. It's a need of the hour. So this platform is open, this forum is open for the question answer session. I suggest and request, please grab this opportunity, come forward and put forth your question. So yeah, can we have a mic please there? True. Great. So anybody would like to take? Yeah.
Hello. Yeah. So ideally, I will not buy in the statement completely that there is a full gap. I have given an example wherein, yes, we studied Fortran, Pascal, and all, but the concept of what is programming, what is flowchart, what is algorithm, and how to convert it into a code, and then how to get it compiled, converted to the machine language. So we understood or we learned at that time. Yes, no Pascal or Fortran program I have seen in real last 23 years of professional life, nowhere. But the concept, the things are same, and that what other speakers have mentioned, that you have to keep yourself updated. So even if today you are learning the latest language, Angular, JS, and all, that may not be into use after 6 or 10 years from now. So that's the reason that you have to keep your learning, understanding with respect to Angular JS as of today, but you have to keep it updating as the technology or the science or the things change on the day-to-day basis. Yes, I do agree that somewhere some things, like if you do your engineering and then join somewhere like Ravi Kolle into the field of finance, and then you may say that yes, I have studied into electronics engineering, but today I'm not using anything, and my job is not related to that. So that do happen, but it depends upon your personal interest. That yes, you want to continue your career in the engineering field, or whether you want to transformation into business and administration side. So that's up to you and your call. But yes, otherwise I will say all these basics, whatever you study here is useful in your overall life in some or the other way. Thanks.
Yeah. Yes, next to you. Ashutosh, you would like to take this?
See, my suggestion is go as per the moment, and learn some extra things. Now, first of all, 100 out of 99, or I can say 100 out of 100 people are thinking I should get hired. You know, my counter question is, think disruptive. Why should I get hired? Can I start my own business? The way the panel said that the basic will help you. Can I start my own business? Think on those lines. Okay. So think out of the box is my suggestion. And obviously, the companies or the people, those who are going to interview you, maybe from the campus or outside the campus, will not expect that you should start writing the program from day first, if suppose you are from computer. Okay, but they will definitely think that whether your basics is clear, whether you have some extracurricular, activities or extracurricular points which adds you to select over others. That's only so the small differential factor, or I can say a delta, will make a large difference among all the crowd. So look at that delta. Yeah, you have some question. See, people who are good in terms of say debate, in terms of say convincing the people, or in terms of handling the crowd, or I'm talking on the management line. Few people have that knack. The way sir said that that boy was good at handling the crowd, and that to the remote crowd. Okay, so why he has been selected? Though the people are those who are more qualified than him in terms of technology. So technology will help you, but don't assume that you are brilliant. That's the reason that the technology is helping you to select. So depends on your internal capabilities, depends on my personal capabilities and my personal point of view. Look at what are the plus points, how I can give more to the society, how I can prove myself to be better than others. It is a competition within rather than going for outside. It is a competition from within, because everyone is having his unique plus points and unique minus point also. So does not mean we all are sitting over here, that means we are 100% successful. No, we have a lot of negative points among us. So are we coming with that as a front? The answer is no. We are coming with our positive points. So whatever is the negative, the way I said, we thought of closing down the business in first year itself, but then we take that as an opportunity to learn further and to see that I am not going to make the same mistakes again in my future. So think from your learnings, things from your, even from failures. There are a lot of things which we can learn from the failures also. So look at what are the points which are going to add to your attributes, the personal attributes. This gentleman has done MBA course after engineering, does not mean I should also do the MBA, right? If he is good in terms of programming and attending so many classes and going outside of Shegao and doing so few classes, does not mean I should do that. Okay, because it is best to him, may not be for me. So look at on those points and go forward. Okay.
Good. So, any alumni would like to comment? I can see the alumni sitting next to that girl. Maybe Sunil or Vyasji, if you'd like to comment something on this. Sanjay, or the alumni sitting in the third row next to Vinay. Anybody would like to comment on? Okay, next question we will take. Sunil, you would like to comment? Yeah, yeah, please go ahead. Sunil. Great. Thank you. Thank you, Sunil. Thank you. Maybe the last question of this discussion, and then, yeah, quite a few hands there, please. Very good question. Can you repeat once more?
Yeah. So first and foremost is the clarity of the thought. The gentleman said here on the panel is the innovation or the thought process. So you should be very clear on your thought that this is a probable things that I need to start. And the second most is the support, because you can't start it with your own. You need a lot of support from the surroundings. So when I'm saying surrounding, it is from your family, from parents, the friends, your colleagues, and all that stuff. Okay. If you look at from our point of view, my personal experience, the experience was rich in terms of the customer service, in terms of the IT. So that was my base, and we utilize that base, that knowledge, to start up our own. So we are not gone ahead and do something disruptive in terms of doing something fresh. So whatever we have done in the past, we thought of why should we are not doing it for our own and build the organization. And that's the way we start. So I'm not saying other can do the same thing, but for typically in the startup, now I'll give you an example. Read out Times of India edition, which is, I think it comes on Monday. Okay, so read out Times of India Monday, they wherein, and Sunday also. Sunday and Monday, these are the two editions wherein they can publish a lot of articles on the business, and on the especially on the startups. When I'm saying especially on the startups, they also describe, and uh, if you ask me, I'm reading that regularly from last one and a half years regularly. So they give lot of examples in terms of how the people started their company, irrespective of the age. Most of the examples are from the student from, I'm saying woman examples, because they want to come of women to participate in the startup. and how people have contributed. When I'm saying people, that means the VC, venture capitalist, to fund these organization to start up their business, because ultimately you can't start up the organization without any money, though whether you invest it or somebody should invest it. Now the other side of your uh, that block, HGRC, already one competition is going on, wherein I think out of 80 projects, because I was a part of that 1 hour back, out of 60 or 80 projects, the team has shortlisted 5 to represent their business idea. Believe me, I attended first. It was fantastic. And so these people are learning out, and all the people, the panelists who are sitting there, all are the entrepreneurs. So they are firing the questions, you know. So learn out of that, that if you want to start your own business, what type of energy, what type of, you know, the thought process which should come in from your mind. So you have very, very lively experience going next door. And I got a card from one of the faculty. What's the name? I'll just read out. HG Jain. Yeah. So this is the entrepreneur cell, which is already available in your college. So my request, the people, those who are really interested, please reach out to this cell. And are you aware this cell is there? Yes. Great. So take the advantage of this cell. Yeah. So that we can see you after 5 years on the dais. Thank you so much. Good question.
Rahul, you would like to explore?
Yeah, I want to add one point on the start of failure. Actually, sir has given the example like how it can be successful. 97% of startups fail in first 24 months. The basic reason behind failure of those startup, the idea is fantastic, the revenue model is poor, and the supply chain is poor. I mean, the person might have started in his room, home, or garage, and the supply chain is not established. So before he is reaching to the actual consumer, the cutthroat competition is pushing that ideas, and they are coming up with some better ideas, and you will not be get paid for your ideas. Second one is the revenue model. I mean, most of the startup guys are like they think of let's meet together, have coffee, and think about some great ideas. They are coming up with great ideas, but they are not thinking about the finances. The programmer, or you have a designer, or you have some experts from material side or something like that, you have to pay them, and you have to make sure like you are paying them for those innovations for next 24 months or something like that. So unless until you have a strong revenue model from where the dollar value is coming, if I'm selling that toy or whatever into the market, if it is not planned and you are just focusing on idea, I mean, great chances are there like we are dying with those toys instead of selling those toys into the market. So that is a those 2 points I personally feel like killing the startup actually.
Yeah. Perhaps the last question. The last question of this panel discussion.
So anybody has choice like that? I mean, I'll be brilliant and I'll not do hard work, or I'll be the hard worker and I'll not be brilliant. Everybody has to balance it, right? So I mean, you guys will be here and you will be becoming an engineer. So definitely some basic skill set, basic knowledge you will be carrying, and definitely you have to, if you are adding a hard work to on the top of it, definitely you will be successful. So both things are required, to my opinion.
Yes, yes. All things are required, like hard work as well as intelligence. You can see the real life example that today Mukesh Ambani, though there was a big empire of Dhirubhai Ambani, still he worked, he is dedicated, and that's why he is maintaining the leadership position in the whole Indian industry. And you can see some counterparts in politics and all, they have the big legacy, but are they able to perform as per their expectation? So it is all the combination is required, and then only you can succeed. Otherwise, it's mere by luck, no one can succeed.
I'll give you a classic example. It's Harsha Bhogle's talk on comparison between Sachin Tendulkar and Vinod Kamli. It talks of probably Vinod Kamli was much more capable or much more talented cricketer as compared to Tendulkar. But what made difference between Vinod Kamli and Tendulkar was Tendulkar, though was a talented cricketer, but he backed up his talent with a hard work and commitment and desire for success. Whereas Vinod Kamli, because he was talented, he always thought talent will always take him apart. So a brilliance or an intelligence without a backup of a hard work will never take you a long way. Your intelligence or a brilliant has to be backed up with a equally or probably more commitment and hard work. Wow, great.
Basically, engineer is always a creator. जितक्या पण जगामधल्या सगळ्यात चांगल्या चांगल्या गोष्टी असतील, सिव्हिल असेल, मेकॅनिकल, ऑटोमोबाईल असेल, डिजिटल असेल, कम्प्युटर क्षेत्र असेल, स्पेस मध्ये जायचं असेल, एव्हरीवेअर इंजिनिअरिंगच्या सगळ्या ब्रँचेसचं कस लागलेला असतो. तुम्ही एकच कोणतं तरी धरून काही सक्सेसफुल होऊ शकत नाही. आपको सभी का कॉम्बिनेशन रखना काफी जरूरी है. जो आपके स्पोक्स है, कोई भी साइकिल का चक्का है, उसको स्पोक्स है, 25 है, 48 है, जितने भी है, लेकिन सभी पक्का होना चाहिए. एक भी अगर कोई वीक पॉइंट मिलता है, जिसको वीक चेंज कहते हैं, तो वहां पे आपका चक्का आउट हो जाएगा. इसलिए देखिए, आप ये सभी स्किल्स है. बहुत बार क्या होता है, इंजीनियरिंग में आने के बाद पता नहीं रहता, अरे मैंने इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स लिया यार, ये अप्लाइड मैकेनिक्स क्यों पढ़ा रहा है, ये M1 M2 की क्या जरूरत थी, इसमें मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ. आपको पता नहीं आगे कब लगेगा. इंजीनियरिंग का सबसे डिफिकल्ट, इंजीनियरिंग इज मेरे हिसाब से इस दुनिया का सबसे डिफिकल्ट सिलेबस है पास होने के लिए. आई डोंट नो व्हाई यू आर क्लैपिंग, जस्ट टू पैट योरसेल्फ कि सर हमने पहले 8 सब्जेक्ट निकाल लिए, मैंने 12 निकाल लिए. इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट एज कंपेयर टू अदर्स. 3-4 घंटे में लड़का कोई भी दूसरे फैकल्टी का बाहर आ जाता है, घूमते रहता है. इंजीनियरिंग वाला ही लड़का सुबह से शाम तक बैठते रहता है, रात में वापस जगकर किसी के जर्नल मार रहा है, कोई ड्राइंग बना रहा है, जीटी, यू नो जीटी नहीं मालूम है इनको, बच्चे सिंसियर है काफी. तो ये सभी करने के बाद आपको कुछ बनने का मौका मिलता है. एंड यू आर, आप क्रिएटर हो. आपको कोई भी इसमें पूछता है इंजीनियरिंग का कैसे रहता है, ये ऐसा ही क्यों, ऐसा क्यों नहीं, ये क्यों नहीं हो सकता, 20 दिन क्यों, ये 10 दिन में क्यों नहीं कंप्लीट होगा. फॉर दैट पर्पज व्हाट एडिशंस आई हैव टू मेक. लेबर बढ़ाना है, नया टेक्नोलॉजी यूज करना है, मशीन्स यूज करना है. इसलिए कोई भी एक, मतलब ये या वो, आपका वो घोड़े का एग्जांपल, लेकिन यहाँ पे कहीं बैठ नहीं रहा था. लेकिन आपको अगर सक्सेसफुल होना है तो यू शुड बी ऑन अ बैलेंस फुट. ये सभी स्किल्स आप में आना जरूरी है. जैसे कि हमारे पूरे पैनल में नहीं, ये इसकी सुनो, इनकी मत सुनो, इसकी सुनो, इसकी सुनो, ऐसा नहीं है. हमने भी सब देखा हुआ है, हमने भी बहुत ठोकरें खाई हुई है. हमारा भी डिफिकल्ट जमाना, वो जमाने में जितनी फैसिलिटीज आपको मिलती थी, जैसे हम हमारे कोई भी नए जनरेशन में, या तो आपके पिताजी या कोई मदर या अंकल कहते होंगे, हमारे जमाने में ये नहीं था, ये तो आपको मिल रहा है. वैसे ही हम यहाँ बैठे बैठे, हमारे जमाने में यहाँ SSGMC में बहुत कम सुविधाएं थी, मिनिमम इस पे हम चलते थे. लेकिन उसमें एक हो गया, तो मिनिमम होने की वजह से हमने ज्यादा कंसंट्रेशन स्टडी के ऊपर किया. यहाँ पे एक दूसरे के साथ में बैठकर हमारे कंसेप्ट क्लियर किए. एंड दैट्स व्हाई सक्सेसफुल इंजीनियर के पीछे ये सभी चीजें होना जरूरी है. मैं बोलता हूँ बैलेंस रखो, कोई भी एक चीज मत पकड़ के चलिए. किसने बोला कि नहीं स्किल होना है तो नहीं नहीं, फिर स्किल होना, फिर हार्डवर्क की जरूरत क्या है. किसने बोला हार्डवर्क होना तो सर स्किल की क्या जरूरत है, ऐसे नहीं है. दिस कॉम्बिनेशन ऑफ ऑल इज रिक्वायर्ड फॉर ए सक्सेसफुल इंजीनियर. थैंक यू.
So I would add a very small I got a WhatsApp message. Probably it is with you all. Very interesting. At times, Usain Bolt has won 9 gold medal in 3 Olympics, which probably everyone is aware of. Okay, and the average medal what he won is within 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes. That's claim is at the economy of the efforts. Since a lot of people are talking about hard work and all, Hussein Bolt run for less than 115 seconds in total his 3 Olympics and made $119 million. $119 million. Friends, just multiplied by today's dollar is 69, multiplied by 69 and see the figure. Okay. So his earning is 1 million per second. Whatever is a run for, 1 million per second was his earning. But the beauty is, for those 2 minutes, he trained for 20 years, and that is the investment.
Wow.
Okay.
Great.
So don't think that what will happen after 20 years, after 10 years. It's all your investment, your efforts, your dedications, your positive attitude. All that will contribute. Not only the technical skill, not only the other skills will help you. So this is my request that all these collaborative efforts will make you like Hussein Bolt after 15 or 20 years. So wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thanks. So with this, we would like to end this panel discussion. Just to conclude, the one word open and one word close for this panel discussion is, you really need to be optimistic. You need to be really observant what is happening at the corporate level. If it is a question of demonetization, if it is a question of cybercrime, how you can take the relevant courses, how can you get skilled yourself and grab the opportunity. Those days gone where banking required all those typical banking knowledges. It's a mobile banking coming in, it's all the cyber hygiene, cyber crime, cyber threats. So if you can get trained yourself on these type of aspects, the jobs are, as I said, the 1 trillion job opportunity lying in front of you. So I will take this opportunity to thank all my friends, the panelists, and I hope everyone of you must have enjoyed this panel discussion. Wish you all the best and thanks a lot. Thank you very much.